My name is Danita Adams, and I am the assistant professor at the College of Dentistry. I would like to share with you today on how to integrate active learning into your lecture. Have you ever walked into a lecture hall with over 100 students as a guest lecturer and wondered if anyone was even listening? Well, I have. I go in early as a guest lecturer to watch the students, to read the room, and I notice the students are either on their phone, they're on their computer, and half the time they're shopping. And then one time I was watching a student or several students watching an NCAA basketball tournament. So it's my turn as the lecturer. I go to the front of the room, and after 10 or 15 minutes, you look up and there's the tops of their heads. You see no one paying attention. And so the problem with that is that in a few short weeks, they are going to be in the clinic treating patients, providing patient care, the information I'm trying to provide for them. And there's no one even listening. So how do I learn how to engage my students so they will be better prepared? I was already in the TLC Medallion program. And so I started the Medallion active learning strategy, and it taught me more about how the students learn, not what they learned. And with that, I learned how to chunk the material. So with chunking, what you do is you start by like 15 minutes, you start a lecture, and then you ask a question. I asked a poll everywhere, a relevant question at the beginning to kind of see if they were even close to understanding preventive information. The second part of the lecture, I did a think, pair, share. Think, pair, share is where you give the student a problem, you have them think about it a minute, and then they turn to their neighbor and they discuss it, and then they come back. And then I added a poll everywhere there so I could see if they were actually grasping the information. And so some of them were right on the money, and of course there were a few that didn't really understand. So we kind of went back and redirected so they would have more understanding, because they are going to be in the clinic again in just a few weeks. We want them to have that knowledge for patient care. After I finished that lecture, that part of the chunking, I lectured 15 more minutes, 20 minutes, and then I added the case-based scenarios. So that gave them the time to engage with me, to answer questions, to kind of find a problem and a solution. And when we went through all that, at the very end, you could kind of see that from the beginning to the end, it had come full circle. And not only that, it's so fun because not only did you not see the top of their head, you got to see their faces for the rest of the lecture. I am a clinician at heart. I love interacting with the students. I love making eye contact, and that is very hard to do in a large lecture hall. But since incorporating active learning strategies, I've noticed the students are more engaged. I love teaching more, and the ultimate goal is to provide better patient care. I know I am here and I feel heard. Thank you for listening.